Yeah, every time I think I've found my voice as a content creator and that I've committed to it, something like yesterday happens. Hey y'all, I got a dozen cascarones for Easter. You can hunt them for fun or you can smash them for laughs. And I think you know I'm finna smash.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I have to clean all that in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a video a day every weekday until the end of self-quarantine. Because it's one small way I can help.
How does that help?
That's something I can figure out in post. Yeah, I mean, I would say that my content spreads joy, but that seems a bit much. I've been looking through my content the past few days, and it's more droll than it is funny. Yeah, I think I'd characterize it as droll. So it's probably spreading dry amusement at best. Probably not joy, but yeah, that's fine. It's certainly better than nothing. Yeah, I've been toying with this utilitarianism doctrine lately, trying to figure out how I can use my skills to invoke dry amusement in the greatest number of people. So yeah, I've been studying David Dobrik's methodology. David, if you don't know, is he's a YouTuber who has about 16,699,500 more subscribers than I do.
Jason's always wanted to see what boobs feel like. So
And I think one reason for that is he has a great smile and he's never not laughing. Yeah, he titters through everything, through exposition, when he's listing sponsors, everything. And it sounds like emotional incontinence sometimes, a little pathological, but whatever it is, I think it's the key to his success. And so yeah, that B-roll that I got yesterday was me, I guess it was me imitating David, who is a YouTuber 9 years my junior, but that's fine because learning is a lifelong process. Man, you're no Easter egg. Otherwise, I'd be able to crack you up. Some people have been saying that this is a pandemic, not a productivity contest. And I see what they mean by that, but I also don't trust them, especially if they're in my field. It just feels like a scheme to me, or like a banana peel on a Mario Kart course. Yeah, I see you, Aaron. Yeah, this isn't a productivity contest, really, because I'm so plugged into the rat race of social media, so conscious of how my own whorish brain works when I'm online, that I fancy myself a bit of a newsfeed seer who can see the ulterior motives behind every status update without even slowing my scroll. And when I read yours, Aaron, every morning, it feels like I'm reading a cereal box with a super aggressive marketing approach. And let me just tell you something, Aaron. Tricks are for kids. So, oh man, you would love it if I took you at your word though, wouldn't you? Oh, everybody, Aaron says there's a détente. I guess we can all just collectively get out of the hamster wheel and I can rewatch the entirety of old shows I never thought I'd revisit, like Touched by an Angel and Jeremiah, without any fear of falling behind. And then I come out of self-quarantine looking like shit, having let my muscles atrophy, and I'm drinking again, probably, so my face is all bloated. And who do I run into on the street? Erin. And she has just posted the night before the shelter-in-place stuff stops that she's had a screenplay optioned. So yeah, when I bump into her, I'm like, oh, Erin, I saw your post, congratulations. Has that been a long time coming? And she's like, no, not really. Yeah, I started back in March. Oh wow, that's funny, Erin, because when I posted something letting our whole social network know that I was gonna use this time to write a screenplay, you posted that thing about it not being a productivity contest. I never saw a status update, Alex. I never saw a status update regarding a screenplay.
Come on.
I don't see your status updates on my newsfeed.
Don't go there.
It's probably an algorithm thing. I haven't been keeping up with the news because it inhibits creativity, promotes learned helplessness, and jacks up my cortisol. Yeah, as drugs go, it's not a fun one. Plus, I'm still on coffee. Yeah, I got my Viome results back, and apparently I'm supposed to avoid caffeine because my stress response is particularly easy to trigger. And I can't seem to kick it, so I don't think it's smart to add news to the mix. I mean, I will read articles if they come recommended. I just read up on the Wisconsin voting saga because my mom kept hollering about it over the phone. And I generally don't respond to hyperbole. But when she used the phrase genocide on American soil, I figured it was probably best that I look into it. And yeah, there's plenty to be angry about there. If you haven't heard about this, basically Wisconsin Republicans said no to an executive order that would postpone in-person voting until June, insisting that people should go out in the middle of a pandemic, line up to cast their ballots, all in the spirit of safeguarding the integrity of elections. The problem, of course, is that everybody can see how this might benefit Republicans, as urban areas are hardest hit by the virus and lower turnout in cities would favor them. Anyway, it backfired, and the Republicans lost a seat in the state Supreme Court to the liberal challenger, Jill Karofsky. Kudos, Jill. I am sorry that you can't enjoy your victory as much as you would have been able to otherwise, as some voters may have had to die to secure it. And the loser, Daniel Kelly, says, obviously I had hoped my service would continue for another decade, but tonight's results make clear that God has a different plan for my future. So yeah, if you're one of these people who wonders where God has been through all of this, he might have just been busy planning out Daniel's future.
Did you know the average life expectancy?
Oh yeah, I'm just checking out some of the latest from Dar Man. If you don't know Dar Man, you're not paying attention. He has flooded our news feeds with family-friendly content that he purports is changing lives.
And when you share my videos, you're helping to change lives too.
You can scroll through his channel here. You'll probably recognize some of these titles. Poor dad can't buy birthday cake. Stranger changes his life forever. Bully makes fun of nerd, lives to regret his decision. Poor mom teaches rich mom what success is all about. According to his bio on Medium, he's a seasoned filmmaker. And I'm not going to be the one to contest that because I'm still embroiled in my own semantic disputes as to whether my vlogging constitutes filmmaking, but I know a lot of people who would. What interests me about Dar Man's content, though, is how unapologetically nondescript it is. He just lobs archetypes at us as if any specificity would alienate a potential convert to the Dar Man fam. I mean, just check out the poster board this adult man is trying to impress his boss with.
By making videos and letting each employee
I mean, talk about casting a wide net. That is, So yeah, this particular video is a biopic that Dar Man filmed about vlogger Nas Daily. And it's pretty conspicuous cross-promotion filmed in Dar Man's signature style. But it did get me thinking that I should make a Dar Man biopic. I think it would be way more compelling than this.
people will love to watch your video.
Yeah, I was examining Dar and Nas's stats side by side earlier, and I noticed that even though Nas has far fewer YouTube subscribers, he seems to have more legitimacy if we're gonna use Wikipedia as a metric. Yeah, Dar Man's biography is relegated to Everybody Wiki, which takes rejected Wikipedia articles, and it's marred by a white-collar crime back in 2012. In 2012, Mann was arrested and indicted for defrauding the city of Oakland, California out of redevelopment funds after he forged a signature on a document certifying that a contractor was paid with tens of thousands of dollars of government funds, when in fact the contractor had been paid nothing. In 2014, Mann pleaded no contest to 5 felony counts of fraud and was sentenced to 5 years probation and ordered to repay the city $44,399 in restitution. I mean, the guy is an enigma. Yeah, I tweeted something months ago and I maintain it to this day. Pretty soon there will only be 2 kinds of people in this world. People who share Dar Man's videos in earnest and people who share Dar Man's videos ironically. The greatest mystery of our time will be whether Dar Man is in the first or second category. Yeah, I want to tell this story. And if you're watching this and you're an actor who thinks you can do Dar justice, I welcome any and all self-tapes. Thank you.
Hey, Dar Man fan, I hope you love that message about, actually, I'm gonna let the man himself.
Wow, okay, shots have been fired. Aaron just posted this, a good read for people trying to sound smart in their weekday vlog entries. One of the biggest myths about sounding smart has just been debunked. I can only assume this is directed at me. I guess she saw my entry yesterday, which was a pretty deep dive into entrepreneur and storyteller Dar Man that may have come across as a bit academic. He just lobs archetypes at us as if any specificity would alienate. I think I might have used one too many SAT words, and now this. It turns out that trying too hard to sound smart by using big scholarly sounding words actually makes you sound dumber. And honestly, I guess it did backfire. I got a comment from a unique visitor on my Facebook fan page, which almost never happens. And that said, "Why are you telling us about that man life? Stop hating on him, please." At least this visitor recognized that it was satire. Some people who have messaged me privately seem to think that I was lauding Dar's content. Otherwise, why would I spend time promoting it? Obviously, I found this ridiculous on a few levels. One, any promotion that I give Dar is negligible. His star has risen and it will continue to rise as long as he and his wife are pumping money into social media to become public figures. Two, in America, if you're a willful public figure, you're expected to tolerate being caricatured, parodied, or satirized. Plus, all the information I have on Dar Man's life is open to the public, and I don't get how sharing stuff that I find interesting about him is hating on him per se, which leads me to three. I love Dar Man. I love that he exists, and I mean that. I'm one of these people who loves to hate his content. It enriches my day. And I know a lot of people don't get that, but I'm a satirist who thrives on this stuff, and I thrive on it ambivalence. You're doing it again. What am I doing? Using smug words like satirist. Can you shut up? Like satirist. That's how I identify. What, you want me to go by comedian? Dude, no. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, so how about you get the fuck out of my head, Aaron?